Greetings, brothers and sisters of the Creed. I'm Mr. Assassin, and today I bring you my DC Universe Online review. DC Universe Online takes place in the DC Universe, as it were, but the main 2 points of interest is Metropolis and Gotham City. The plot is that Brainiac is here to take over Earth and assimilate all the information like he's done in past, but there's a reason for it now. He's discovered that Earth is the center of the multiverse. So if he controls Earth, all the other Brainiacs and the other multiverses will do the same. Ergo, Brainiac will be the #1 ruler in the world, in the multiverse, which is pretty big. It's pretty big. The way it goes about it is that it's an MMO RPG. You build your own character. And before you guys start asking questions, yes, my character does look like Deadpool for a reason. You base your character. You'll see the customization screen later on. You basically base your character off of several different things. In fact, such things as whether you're male or female, which doesn't affect your combat style. What's your stance, if you're serious, primal, comical, flirty, stuff like that. Your superhero pose. Those are just the minor things, just your character basis. But then you get into your superpowers, and unlike other superhero games like City of Heroes, which I've only played a few minutes of because I just could not get into it. Quite honestly, they picked a really good line of powers. They even went in and picked gadgets as a power because they know that people want to choose gadgets as a power, kind of like Batman and quote-unquote Iron Man and other people like that. Now, the ways of attacking, there's 2 types of attacking. There are powers, which is the magic equivalent to other MMOs, and then you have your weapon. And they actually got a good list of weapons here to choose from, whether it be gun weapons such as dual pistols and rifles, to melee weapons, energy blasts, which is kind of like the repulsor beam for Iron Man. And they just had a DLC update for a shield, which is actually really cool. It just isn't as cool until you have it upgrade all the way. Now what you're seeing is a safe house. A safe house can either be a police station if you're a hero or a nightclub if you're a villain. These serve as waypoints for you to get both items to shop from the vendors. You are able to port to the Hall of Evil or the Hall of Doom. Can't even remember. And the Watchtower up in space. You also meet several iconic heroes and villains. Robin, Jim Gordon over there in the background. And there's basically, they've added everything into from the DC Universe and put it into it. Even Ambush Bug, which, if you don't know who that is, don't really get into it much. So you make your original costume, and this is a problem I have, honestly, is that you make your original costume, but then your costume gets destroyed because you add armor to it that isn't the same style as your costume. Like my Deadpool, he looked exactly like Deadpool. He didn't have the giant shoulder pads and the demon arm braces and leg plates. But because I needed the armor, I had to put the armor on, and ergo I lose my costume. Just one of the few little nitpicking things that I'm not really fond of.
People are counting on us to
keep the vendors safe. Vendors are all around the world in
distributing equipment to our
the Hall of Doom, the Watchtower, and all the safe houses. They have special items. Each one has a special item, but a lot of these special items require you to have renown with that group. You get renown by doing side quests. When you get to hotspots or hot zones, I think is what they call it in the game, you actually find these these side quests where people need just a little thing extra.
Interested in purchasing today?
There's a hell system of Cider Cola, which is actually a DC Universe soda. Make sure you, here's my little tip for that, make sure you upgrade it regularly. Don't be using Cider Cola when you're level 25, because it just will not work for you. I must admit, this game is really good for what it is. I've played other MMOs, free MMOs, and it just doesn't work with me well because of the journal won't be great. The storyline just isn't all that interesting. But I'm a huge DC fan. I'm not those guys who say, "Oh, I love Batman," but DC. I enjoy all DC comics. So now here's the character selection. So you get to choose male or female. You get to choose your body size, which doesn't affect your combat type at all. If you're a stronger guy, it doesn't mean you'll hit harder, which you would think would be something like if you're a striker like this guy, or a spark, like you would be able to move faster. If you were a striker, you could jump higher. If you were a brute, you could hit harder.
Select exabyte download type.
Now here's the cool thing.
Custom
You can either customize your hero, or you can already choose an iconic hero as your costume base. You can Superman, Batman, Catwoman. You can choose these costumes, and the powers will go into it as long as you have the power already. Like there's some, like Terra. You can't choose Terra because, oh, you could choose Terra because you have to have the Earth power. You can't choose Green Lantern. You have to have the Light power. You can't choose a whole bunch of other ones. If you just like Black Lightning and Livewire, you have to have that power to do it. Or you just customize, which a lot of people do. A lot of people just go ahead and customize.
a hero or villain morality.
If you're a hero, you'll either be mentored by Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman. If you're a villain, you'll be mentored by Lex Luthor, Joker, or Cersei. I must say, this is a very good game. I enjoy it very much. There aren't a whole lot of things wrong with it, and the things that are wrong with it are the usual MMOs. MMOs, for some reason, just don't seem to focus on the communications other than the chat communications. There's not much of a voice chat that I've seen. It's just, there isn't one in other MMOs. This one is the same. It's just not much of a chat basis. It's not like a shooter chat or anything like that. Like, that's the thing, is that if you did like a Team Fortress 2 chat, which I must admit, like the Team Fortress 2 chat is like very, very good for what it is. You did something like that where you just have a voice to talk, and you just chose which people can hear you, that'd be fantastic, but that's not the case. I also said that the body build of your character doesn't affect combat, which would have been nice, like if you're a spark and you can get out of battle faster. If you're a striker, you can be more agile in battle. You dodge a lot more battle. If you're a striker, you have a lot more heavy hits in battle. Just small things like that. So I give this game a good time, no alcohol required. I can't really give it a better than sex rating or something like that. And it's just not a classic in our time because there just isn't. It's one of those games that just doesn't affect everybody. Like, there are people who just say, I don't like DC, so I'm not going to play it. So I can't say it's a classic because it's unfortunately not the best game out there because of a fan base. I hate to do that, but you got to be fair, kind of thing. As always, been the Sister of the Creed. I'm Mr. Assassin, and until our paths meet again, safety and peace.